What's going on? Welcome back to another video. So obviously you see the title below. Let's dive right in, bro. I really hope right now you ain't like these motherfuckers talking about new year, new me. I can't wait for January 1st, 2026 to start my fucking fitness journey. I really hope that isn't you. But if that's the case, man, listen up, bro, because I just want to fill you in on the gems, the possibilities, and understand, man, when it comes to body game, bro, this shit is going to be a fucking advantage. This shit is such an advantage, and if you take advantage of this fucking when you take advantage when it comes to body game, you'll really understand like what, in terms of female nature, in terms of just how people treat you, you'll start experiencing a different life when it comes to body game, right? So let me dive in with it, man. You have to understand, bro. If you're someone who's never been accustomed to being treated well or fucking attractive by the opposite sex, or let alone constantly getting disrespected, or just always being overlooked. The one thing about body game, bro, is that shit switches your shit to it gives you a sense of like an alternate reality. The reality that you haven't ever experienced, right? Guys, I'll tell you, from especially when I was in high school, being skinny, and being overlooked, not being really fucking respected in any sense. It wasn't until I went to the gym, it wasn't until I got in shape, bro, when the difference in behavior and attractiveness flipped, even at work, right? Guys, I've had, actually a couple months back, a mother of two, bro, reaching out, being like, I still think about you. All that shit. All based off my physique. And you really get to experience that, especially with body game when it comes to like online. You know what I mean? If you have well set photos, but more so even just like showing off your physique, you don't really gotta do no shirtless photo with it. But like if you have some nice quality pictures where it's showcasing your physique, but also your style and all that stuff, like that's kind of another experience you can have with body game. But I'm telling you, like, yeah, I think that's where I previously matched with Shorty. I didn't even know she had kids or any of that stuff, bro. But come to find out, I find out later on. But like, yeah, a couple months back, bro, reaching back out to me, whole family, and I don't say that to be like proud or anything. And another case is she's not cheating because she's not with the husband of either kids, so she's a single woman. But I didn't really, obviously I wasn't gonna take it too serious, but had a little bit of fun for a short time. But yeah, still reaching back out, being like, I still think about you, like I still remember like you being on top of all that shit, bro. I'm not gonna get into details in this shit, but nonetheless, bro, like that was even one of my experiences, bro. And not to bring it always on older women, but I remember even when I moved out here, I stepped out with someone, and one of these women I saw in the venue, I didn't know she was older, but apparently she was, a little bit dim, so like obviously, but she still looked good. And bro, even off just meeting her, now initially she found out my age, I was a little younger, so she wasn't really too interested. But come to find out later on, like a week after, my boy, I guess he knew a friend that knew her, and she reached out to her friend to tell him to get my number, to reach back out and give it a shot. Keep in mind, I don't know this person, and I just shot my shot. And honestly, even when she rejected, just because like found out my age and stuff like that, I didn't pout about it or anything. I just went on my business. I don't really care, bro. I'm new in this spot. I'm just trying to like, meet some people, date around, all that stuff. I'm just trying to like get used to the vibe of being in a new environment. But I say that to say, bro, even that opportunity, I didn't have to get no gram or any of that shit. And she out here reached out to her friend to get my number, went lengths to make it happen. And even when she texted a long ass period, I don't know if you remember me, but hey, like I thought about it for a while. I figured I'd give it a shot. Bro, if I was a fat fucking slob who didn't take care of myself, you think that shit would have happened? Fuck no. But those are the advantages you get with body game, bro. Those are the advantages you get with body game. I'll even take it to a further like this for another scenario, bro. I remember a girlfriend at the time, I really kept to myself because I was still in the building stages, bro, which is tough as fuck to do, honestly. So like, for you guys in relationships, like, and you try to build, like you're trying to build yourself, and I'm telling you, bro, that's probably one of the hardest things you'll have to fucking go through, especially when you have judgment around friends, family, all that shit. But from my experience, best get your shit together early on. And not to say I didn't have it, but it's just like I'm still building. I was still in college at the time, so it's like, there's life actually after college that I got to prepare for during that time. So that's what I mean. It's just like, it's not to say the relationship was good. It was actually fantastic, but opposing factors definitely ruined it. And I think it's just in the sense of just like, I don't think any of certain things that came about wouldn't have or like, they wouldn't have been so apparent if I already had my shit together and I was done with college, and I had a life going for myself and had everything in place. I don't think there were the problems within the relationship between other people's opinion wouldn't have been brought up to light as much if I already had everything in place for my needs, for my standards. But anyways, so me keeping to myself, I was invited a couple times with friends and stuff like that. And I remember even just in the very beginning, sometimes in front of her, bro, like in front of her, crazy as it sounds, but I remember even have a chick being like, oh my God, like your arms and your tattoos and shit like that, basically in front of everyone, bro. I didn't like, and this is just me chilling, bro. Now, obviously out of respect to my girl, she was cool with it, you know what I mean? If anything, she like, and I think this goes with all women too, but like, they appreciate the fact that like, yo, if other women find my man attractive, so she didn't trip about it, which is great, you know what I mean? But I think in general, bro, if you're attractive, put together, you know what I mean, you spend some time in the gym, bro, and people are just showing appreciation of that, and let alone other women finding you attractive, but you selected your girl, like girls fuck with that shit, you know what I mean? Like girls will be like, oh, okay, like, yo, my other woman want my man too. Like, okay, that's dope. That's how they think, bro. That's how they're wired, bro. Don't complain to me. Maybe when you die, bro, you can talk to the man upstairs about it. But that's just how they're wired, man. So, but even that scenario, all purely off of body image. She didn't know me, all that stuff. She didn't know me, none of that stuff. But I promise you, she wouldn't have said that bluntly if I was a fat slob, bro. If anything, she'd probably talk around amongst the friends and being like, yo, so-and-so is dating him? Like, why? I do not see. Nah, it was just like, oh, no, I see why. But those are the adventures you get with body game, bro. But I say this all to say, man, you have to understand that you are never going to understand in terms of, people want to talk about female nature, but just fucking human nature altogether, man. Human nature altogether. So it's very key for you going into this next year, bro, that you're on top of your shit, especially when it comes to the physique, especially when it comes to your fitness, bro. Be on that shit early on, bro. Yo, if you need guidance, bro, link down below. Book a call, bro. We'll figure out where you're at, what goals you have. But just make sure you're on top of that shit. Make sure that's your priority, and don't give up like these fucking, like the average 2 weeks, 2 days even. Don't try a diet for 1 week and then wonder why shit ain't fucking working. Bro, 1 week. You've been a slob for fucking 5 years. So like really stick onto it. Stay on top of it. Again, bro, if you need guidance, link down below. But like, understand, bro, human nature. The way people treat you. It's fucked up, but it's so true, man. If you're not on point, especially with body game, bro, you'll constantly be disrespected, man. I've seen where like others got advantages during the work job, others getting promotions, all that stuff. Not to say that they didn't have any skill sets, but there's been more talented skill sets. But just because this man took care of himself, in shape, the shape just represents the discipline, trust, leadership, and that alone will have a person be promoted over you. I've seen it time again, bro. One of my first jobs, bro, at a pizzeria. Fat motherfucker. I was skinny at the time. And this motherfucker would constantly fucking tease me. But basically fucking bully my ass in the fucking workspace. And then there was another jacked ass dude there. But I remember one moment, right? He was fucking late. And I was still in the school at the time, but these two already graduated and stuff like that. But one was in shape. The other one was a fat slob, bro. A bum, basically. But I'm just, you know, in high school, skinny, just trying to make some money, side money, you know. And I remember one moment he was late, bro. He was late. And the jack dude called him out and he's like, yo, why the fuck are you late? Stop bullshitting, bro. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. But I'm telling you guys right now, I bring that up to say, if that dude wasn't fucking jacked, if that dude didn't stay disciplined, if that dude wasn't on top of his shit in terms of showing up, being on his shit, making sure he's on time, he wouldn't be able to say that to that motherfucker. He wouldn't. Even if they worked the same years, all that shit, he wouldn't be able to do that shit. He would not be able to do that shit. But what did he himself represent? Discipline, leadership, staying on top of his shit, respect, which is the biggest thing when it comes to being a man, bro. Respect is fucking earned. So not only did he earn it with his physique, but he transmuted that into his work, which is why he was in a leadership position. Which is why he was respected by the boss. Why he was allowed and able to tell someone when they're fucking off. He was able to hold them accountable, because that's the energy that everyone's going to resonate with, but it all starts with you. And that's physique is what commands it. So take this shit serious, guys, because it goes more than beyond women, but it definitely helps. It definitely helps, man. So don't go into this new year, because, bro, I'm gonna be honest, bro, this shit's another fucking day for me. All right, yeah, I got plans lined up and all that stuff, but I'm gonna make sure I execute every fucking single day, because I know the habits that I do on the day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month, as I hit the milestones and everything, it's only a matter of time. But time is not on our side. So get to it, man. But hey, anyways, if you're new to the channel, bro, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll be back with more videos, bro. Peace.